Peace everyone, Unmask here, and in this video I'm going to explain 5 ways to get you coloring better.
Over the years, I have come across the same recurring mistakes, many of which make the coloring process much more difficult than it needs to be. Everything I cover in this video is completely universal, so whether you are using colored pencils, acrylic paint, digital art, or pastels, you will find this helpful.
So by the end of this video, you will find coloring easier and therefore much more enjoyable.
The first and most common mistake I see over and over is using way too many colors. If I had to guess, I'd say this comes from a lack of experience and perhaps a subtle insecurity of color mixing. Whether it's coloring digitally or with colored pencils, it's universal across all mediums. The idea of using only a few colors seems to be missed. This is precisely why I stress the use of a limited color palette. So much so, in fact, that recently I did an entire series using only the 12-pack of Polychromos pencils to prove just how few colors you actually need. Whether you are copying from a reference or coloring an original, identify the minimum colors for the image. This should range from about 7 to 11 colors. Use these foundational colors to their maximum potential, which brings me to the next method. After you have your well-defined color palette, you need to prioritize value over color. The colors in your artwork are far less important than the values you create. So while you fill in your color, don't get stuck trying to match the exact color. Instead, focus on matching the value. A helpful way to measure your progress in this is to take a photo of your work and turn it into a black and white picture. This will allow you to see just the values and help you fix them. At this stage, you're just getting started covering your paper, canvas, or whatever surface you are using. Remember, this process is universal among all mediums. During this initial stage in your work, I highly recommend you don't try to jump ahead. You're building the foundation at this point. Trying to move ahead before finishing this incredibly important stage is like trying to build the roof before the walls are up. It just won't have anything to sit on. For the experienced artist out there, you know what this stage is. It's the ugly stage. No one likes the way it looks, but it is essential. Even the most beautiful homes start by digging in the dirt. Up to this point, your paper is covered. That's a huge step, but now it's time for the difficult part, addressing the details. I sure hope you didn't try cramming in all those details while filling in your foundational colors. That's like putting trim on before the plumbing is done. Because value is still more important than detail, just look at any impressionistic work. Detail actually only exists between changing values, so only once you have established your foundation, use your limited palette to bring in the value changes to create your textures in whatever it is you are coloring. I'll cover my strategy for this part of the process in a future tutorial, because even though it is the most difficult part, I have a simple solution to help get you through it.
Now, if you don't feel like waiting for that video to come out, I have good news for you. You can actually learn everything right now by joining the art club. Click the link in the description and you can check out all of my current tutorials, and I live stream the new ones Monday through Thursday. I go through all of these themes throughout those projects and answer every question you might have. So I hope to see you over there soon.
At this point, you have your base colors down, prioritizing values with your details added. It is at this point we turn our attention to color matching. Now, up till now, you should have only used your limited palette of 7 to 11 colors. If you've maximized their potential, your drawing will have a range of about 50 to 120 distinctly different colors. However, they may not quite be the exact colors you want or need. To address this, we add what I call toning colors. Toning colors are quite ambiguous. Things such as hair or skin may have 3 to 4 additional toning colors to them. Other areas may just have 1. Choosing these colors can be tricky. I have found that people can get a little indecisive with their color choices. The reality is, several colors can work to achieve similar results. I generally encourage spontaneity because I tend to choose colors I like. But of course, if you are aiming to match a specific color, then the toning color you choose should be the color that needs to be added to get there. Add a polishing stage to your work. This may seem like an obvious idea, but it is more about being able to identify the stages throughout your process. If you teach art for 5 minutes, 40 people are going to ask, how do you know when it's finished? Well, you know because you're done. When you define your process and execute the plan you should have had from the beginning, the house is finished when you move into it. Having blueprints from the start makes the completion faster, more efficient, and fairly obvious when it's done. Don't be afraid of planning when it comes to your art. There is no such thing as bad art, just poor planning.
All right, everyone, there are the 5 ways to color better. Hope that you found this information helpful. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your art groups, and leave your questions in the comments. And I hope to see you over in the art club. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.